name is Marcelo Tybran with YAP. I run marketing and product management for the company. And I want to talk to you about what we do and how we're doing it, and some of the questions I'll have for the panel in just a moment. YAP is a speech recognition service. So we're not per se an application, but we're really a service. And what we do is we work with our customers to integrate speech recognition into their applications, into their products, into their platforms. And our customers are large application developers, small application developers, operators, messaging and infrastructure providers. In fact, earlier this week we announced with Microsoft a user experience for Sprint where you can actually push a button and compose a text message or an email by just speaking into your phone. We are a service, which means that there's no software that runs on the device, there's no on-premise equipment that needs to be deployed. We capture, or the customer or the application developer captures audio, sends it to YAP via a simple web services interface, and then we return the text back to the application. I want to talk a little bit about speech recognition and what matters, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is that it's accurate, right? At the end of the day, if it's not accurate, it doesn't matter. And we think we're accurate. More importantly, our customers think we're accurate, and they're in a pretty unique position where they can actually evaluate YAP against some of the other players out there. This is what Howard Lerman has to say, who's the CEO of Yext. I don't know how many people have heard of Yext. They were a TechCrunch 2009 darling. They raised a boatload of money, and what they do is they monitor a call between an advertiser and a prospective customer. And these are small businesses. They monitor the call and they transcribe it using YAP, and then they determine whether a commercially relevant activity occurred. And if one does, they get paid. And they use YAP for the speech recognition. So Howard's had a chance to look at a bunch of different services out there that provide this capability, and you can see where he says YAP is the most accurate speech recognition platform in existence. So I believe that, but more importantly, our customers believe that. What I'd like to do is actually show you a demo of how this works. And this is something I filmed in my hotel room this morning. No, it's the next one. No, that's not my hotel room. That was somewhere on the Strip last night. It's that one. You know, why don't we play the one that's up, because there's something to be said here too. So this is one of our customers. They're a mobile operator. They haven't announced yet, but they will. This is some of the marketing that they're doing around an experience that we're powering for them.
There are times when you just can't answer your phone, so you let it go to voicemail. But what if it's an important call? You don't want to wait to listen to your voicemail. You want the message right now. With voicemail to text, your voicemails are converted into a text message or email and sent to you right away. Of course, you can always listen to the message just like you normally would. Since all of this happens automatically, your messages are private. No one will ever listen to your voicemail. Now you can read your voicemails, even if you can't listen to them. You can even reply with a text message. With voicemail to text, staying connected has never been easier.
So this isn't rolled out yet, but what's happening here is that we get a voicemail, an audio file, and in the network, in our speech cloud, we convert it into text and send it back to the operator, and then they distribute it to the subscriber. So this isn't rolled out yet, but it gives you a sense of the type of things we can do. Other applications we do, conference call transcription, voicemail to text, call analytics, which is the example that I shared with you from Yext. What Microsoft put out there and announced this week is voice, text messaging, and email composition with your voice. So that hopefully gives you a good sense of the types of things that developers could do with our platform. And if we can get this teed up, I can actually show you a very simple UI, and the point here is not the UI itself, but is to show the accuracy. Why don't we do this? Why don't I ask you guys a question, and then if we have time, we can watch this. So, you kind of got a sense that we work directly with a bunch of different players. I am keenly interested in working with developers, but in a very scalable way. We talk to developers and try to do what we can to scale, but I would love to understand how we can, from a commercialization point of view and a go-to-market point of view, how we can partner with device manufacturers and app stores to actually make this available as pretty much a standard capability that folks in this room could take advantage of.
Well, we actually have a program for service providers like your company within MotoDev, and you can just participate, and it gives you access to our developer base. So, and then we help you when we work with you to market your service, your offering to our developer base. So it's not just online, but we can talk later. But the Fast Track program is the best way for us to engage.
And can you share a little bit about the kind of traction these services get? Any data?
Hey guys, go to dinner with.
The percentage of developers actually take advantage of these services that you
well,
have?
I can't give you numbers, but it's been a very successful program for us. There aren't thousands of service providers participating. It's very select, hundreds, and we take care of making sure that we talk about your solutions when developers are reaching into us and asking us for these types of services. So we sort of match make. It's not just putting information there and hoping somebody's going to see it.
Would you mind if I show the video now, or should we do the video? Okay, so sorry to pause here.
Hey guys, go to dinner without me. I need to go downstairs to the front desk and change my room. The room I have right now is right by the elevator, and it is really noisy. Give me a call if you have any questions. 650-346-5761.
So that's about a 10-second interaction, right? Not that long. We do much longer. It's going across the network, all over IP. We're processing it, and we return it. So again, the point here is not to show you a sexy UI, but it's really to give you a flavor of the accuracy that we can deliver. And you guys can actually see it up there.
Do you support multiple languages, or what's the?
We support English in a variety of the English-speaking markets, as well as Latin American Spanish. And one of the key questions we have for ourselves right now is, do we go Brazilian Portuguese or more of the Western European languages? That's a technology question. We also have the go-to-market question of how do we scale to those markets.
How about text-to-speech?
We don't do text-to-speech. We try to focus on a really hard problem. Text-to-speech, there are a lot of players out there.
So in terms of recommendations or thoughts you have on distribution, do you guys want to get started with giving some of your general thoughts on how they could improve their distribution?
Yeah, it's a couple of points, couple of thoughts from our point of view as an app store as opposed to a platform or handset manufacturer. The first thing I think you guys really need is you need to have, if you don't have already, some really good case studies of people who are already using the technology in applications. So one of the things that we're doing at Getchar is actually we're setting up what we call market development funds with partners such as Navtech or others who are looking at, who are engaging with the developer community and helping service providers such as yourselves get your technology into applications. So I think what we would be very interested in is setting up potentially a market development fund with you, with your company, and with developers who are using your technology to then build case studies around that and get greater awareness of what your technology could do for them. That's kind of where our approach is going.
That's helpful, thank you.
Anyone else have any other thoughts?
Have you looked at putting it on a platform rather than going to the network?
On a couple of occasions, very large players will say we want it in-house. We try to resist that just because we think our value proposition is to be a platform independent, fast time to market. We've seen deployments go from trial to commercialization in about 2 weeks, and we like to keep it that way. If we have to start putting things on premises, it just complicates our value proposition. So we're resisting that. I'm not saying we won't do it, but we're resisting it.
So I think we need to wrap this one up. Any final thoughts before we move on? Okay, great. Thank you so much.